Hey, it's Janae here to brighten, enlighten, and ignite your day. It's Transformation Tuesday, and I'm here with another edition of The Gist, helping you to get inspired and start your transformation. Today's story is the newly released book from my friend and colleague Nick Tassler called Ricochet, What to Do When Change Happens to You. So first of all, I just want to share what does he mean by ricochet event. He said a ricochet event is any unexpected or unwelcome change that knocks us off course. When a ricochet event occurs, every normal functioning human brain is wired to ask the same question. Well, what does it mean? Our mind launches a full-scale search for answers to resolve our confusion. And then he goes on to talk about, who's the most adaptive to the change. And he says that they weren't more adaptive because they had better bosses, experienced fewer stressful situations, because they had happier home lives, more educated, or were more smarter, or had it in their DNA, or fancy titles, privileged childhoods. No. He said what really separated adaptive people is surprisingly simple. While others are trying to bounce back, adaptive people took small steps forward. Okay, what's hard about this is he's just got so many great nuggets in this book. I'm just going to share a couple. Is this idea of TGIT. So if you recall, TGIF is Thank God It's Friday. And he talks about, Friday is really the fun day where we're all getting excited for the weekend, what we want to do and have fun. And that's an important day. But he said, thank God it's Tuesday. That's the day of inspiration. So how perfect is Transformation Tuesdays on Tuesdays? And little did I know, there's research to back it up. So let me share that with you. So now I have the reason why Transformation Tuesday is even more important. He said that today's world-leading researcher in scientific study of inspiration is Todd Thrash. And he's a psychology professor. And he and his team rounded up a group of people and tracked just how inspired they were and how happy they were on each day of the week. They discovered that people were happier on Fridays than on Mondays. Shocker, I know, he said. But what about inspiration? It turns out that even though people were most likely to feel happy on Fridays, they were least likely to feel inspired on Fridays. So what day of the week finds us more inspired? The same day of the week that Thomas Jefferson wrote the Declaration of Independence, the same day of the week that Mark Zuckerberg created Facebook, and probably the most forgotten day of the week, Tuesday. Little old Tuesdays crown the king of inspiration. Not just a little bit, but by a full 79%. We're most likely to be inspired Tuesday than Friday. Again, why is it? Friday's fun day, but Tuesdays are different. We find ourselves in the thick of the work week, immersed in challenging, inconvenient, and stressful struggles. But it also makes that day of a lot of things can happen then. So know that these two Transformation Tuesdays are really important. And there's a ton of golden nuggets. And this is actually one that he uses this analogy, an email analogy that helps talk about the concepts of this book. And as you can see from my sketches, they're pretty sketch, so let me explain what I mean by these. This one is a butterfly and this is a chameleon. This really helps me with his bounce back idea and what he's trying to get at here. But he says, with change, we can choose to either be a butterfly or not a caterpillar, because that's part of the butterfly, or a chameleon. Now, when we're chameleons, we like to blend in to the environment, and that's where he said you kind of like bounce back. If a change happens, you blend in, you get along to go along, and it's good. And then the next change happens, you kind of blend in to that environment, and you kind of bounce back and you get involved. But he said what's different is that with a butterfly, you actually have to change. You have to move forward. So you're not just bouncing back to adapt the best or the fastest. you're actually transforming from the inside out, like the caterpillar does to the butterfly, and you are changing. You are truly changing who you are, what you thought, what you did because of this change. You're using it as an opportunity to say, what can be different now? Who am I and how can I be different? And the book just has, just some wonderful examples to help you from personal life to professional life and a little bit in between. So I hope that you'll check out his new recent book, because there's just a lot of golden nuggets for all the changes that you might be going through. So TGIT, from my heart to yours, be love.